Hello and welcome back to another edition of Glassberry Designs and the Subaru Brat project. What we're going to be doing today, obviously, is we're working on painting this car. I've gone ahead and I've prepped the body for paint by sanding it with 1800 grit, I believe it was. And now we're going to be applying primer. Overall, this isn't a bad paint job to begin with. Ultimately, I get very disappointed with it, and we're going to order another paint color exactly what we have here and repaint this car. Now the primer is going on pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a very light primer, so when you spray it on a gray molded vehicle, it's hard to see. And for whatever the reason, I have a problem with that paint stand. It likes to come apart. This is the second or third time that's happened. I may just end up gluing it on because the base spins, and that's what we kind of need to happen. So I'll probably look at that after this paint job and go ahead and glue that on if that's something that I think I can do without hindering the effectiveness of this base. I do like this base. One of the things that I've done here is I've gone ahead and set up the spray booth, which is still just a cardboard box. We don't have a ton of money invested into this thing. It's working for now, and that's probably what we'll end up using for the time being. But as you can see, I have a spare shop vac hose pointed in there. In the last car that I painted with this airbrush, which I'm still just learning on, I don't actually know what I'm doing. I had a lot of paint blow back out of that paint booth. You can see the particles floating around in there right now. Having the shop vac hose set up with the shop vac on, it really helped a lot. In that hose portion that I've now just designated for my painting is full of paint on the inside. So I know that it really drew in a lot of the excess, and I didn't notice it coming out of the paint booth so much. So anybody that's on a low dollar budget, if you wanted to use that idea, it's fairly effective. Now I do end up painting this engine a couple more times, and there's a couple of touch-up spots that I end up just tossing some Rust-Oleum on. I go back over the rims, and then I have to take a break from the painting because there's a couple things we have to do in town. So there's the Rust-Oleum primer. We're going to go ahead and prime up a fair portion of the rest of the car that doesn't require a specific detail. It's easier, it's much quicker, and at this point I'm dealing with a little bit of weather issue. There's a chance of rain not too far down the road, and I'm just trying to get it done. Ultimately, as you all can probably imagine, as soon as the painting was finished, we did not receive rain that day. And then one of the other things that you'll see in this video coming up is I ran the lacquer thinner through my airbrush, but I failed to do the step with the acetone, and it gummed up my .38 needle airbrush. I did end up being able to break that down and get it properly functioning again, and I have used it since then. I don't believe I use it again in this video. We bumped down to the .3, which I really like. It performed very well. I'm glad that the kit that I ordered from Gallery came with the 2 airbrush nozzles. So switching gears back to the color spray in the body, coming up here in this video you'll see that it's a very disappointing outcome. One of the things that I failed to do is I'm trying to learn this new Gallery airbrush, which I'm not doing a very good job at, and I'm also learning how to use the lacquer paints, which also I feel like I'm probably at this point of the game failing at. I will continue to do research and learn though. So I spray the primer coat on the body, and then I wait about 3 or 4 days, and in that process what I should have done is sanded the body with the primer on it at 1800, somewhere in there, 2000 grit, in preparation for the paint. Just scuffed it down a little bit. I didn't do that. That's not an error that I will repeat in the future. So the hope is that our next paint job will come out significantly better than this one. Like I've said, I believe in this video already, there is a new order of paint going in for this car, and we'll get this thing painted up, get it all set and ready to go. I'll probably also end up trying to use like a 2K clear over it, as I see a lot of builders do that. So after priming the bottom of this car, I found that I couldn't see the detail coming out of the gas tank as well as I thought I was going to be able to. I was going to leave everything black because the hoses in the reference photos are all black, but I may end up going with like a steel looking color on them just to highlight them a little bit, because the detail is so small it sort of just disappears into the bottom of this model. And with this being the first one that I've ever done gas lines on, I want the detail to show. We may also end up painting that tow hook silver. Overall, the paint on the bottom of the model comes out pretty decent. I'm so excited to start spraying this forest green metallic on this car and see how it comes out. Showing you all the parts there that are primered up. And like I said, I forgot to sand down the primer. And we're also about to run into the issue with the spray brush. I just cannot believe what I'm seeing here when this actually happens. Just nothing comes out. And so we went ahead and switched over to, like I said, the 0.3. Then we started applying some color. It wasn't too long into this that I realized that I should have sanded the primer. Also, one of the things that I've gone ahead and done for the next paint job is I've ordered those little paper filters that I see a lot of builders use. Hopefully that will help with the straining of the paint. Trying everything I can to learn here, watching as many videos, and there's a lot of people out there with great tutorials. I also apologize about the camera coming in and out of focus so much. It's hard to get it to steady when my hand keeps going so close to the lens as I'm spraying the car. And I hope that's something that we can fix in the future, but for right now, this is what we have to work with. One of the things that you'll almost see me do here is I think I begin to panic just a little bit and I start to spray on paint thicker than I should have. I don't run into any run issues, but it just multiplies the paint issues that are about to occur because of the primer not being sanded down. Overall, it's a horrible paint job that I'm going back through currently while I'm editing this video. And then shortly after this video comes out, you'll see a video where I waste nearly a whole bottle of clear coat trying to get it to clear and level off, because I'm thinking I can sand it out at the tail end and do like a polishing step. That does not work. So this project will get prolonged based off from those errors. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and let you guys finish watching a portion of painting in this video, and I'll go ahead and stop talking. because there's really at this point nothing much more to share except for letting you watch the disaster. Alright, so that'll conclude out this video. I think I'm going to make the painting video a two-parter. So, we got a little bit of the paint left over. Less than we had when we actually finished. Because I wasn't recording at the time, but I'll share the blooper with you. So if you look right down here, you can see there's paint all over the place. So, I don't know how I did it, but when I went to pour out of here back into here, I actually poured this into this, and I overflowed the airbrush. I see a couple splatters there too. But anyway, so I've got this set up. You can see where it kind of sucked the paint down in for the exhaust. And I wasn't sure if this was going to work or not, but as you can see right here, the hole inside of my shop vac tube is green. So it did work.
And probably what we're going to be using is cardboard box until I can build my dedicated hobby shed and have a painting area for doing this kind of work. Probably going to be rough in the winter, but we got a little heater for in here, so if I gotta do it, I'll do it. But got these things. I just set them off to the side. I don't double use them, only just like when the paint's wet. Like you saw me dip the green one a few times, or dip the primer one a few times. But these are gonna go in the garbage. Appreciate everybody that's watched. I appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you could. If you have any suggestions on how to paint better or how to... I obviously gummed up this beast, so I gotta take it all apart now, and the pin is stuck down in there. So if you got any maintenance suggestions, any whatever, I'll take it. I'm really loving the gallery airbrush, and yes, I cleaned that one properly. It works good. I've already tested it just on its own, and it's back up and running. I never actually stopped running. And this is the 3.8. This is the .38, as you can see right there. I know I was going to close this video out. I'm long-winded. That's the .3 down there, and I love it. I didn't think I'd like the .3 better than the .38, because I thought, you know, you probably saw the glitter and stuff. I was spraying a flake paint, not a heavy flake, it's just metallic. But I honestly thought I would like this better because it's got a bigger tip. But I like the .3. Let me know what you think about that too. Until we see each other again, everybody out there be safe and everybody be blessed.